taste it. It's my sweet beginning. And I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. And I can't say it's what you know, but you know it the whole time. Yeah, you know it the whole time. Maybe next year I'll have no time to think about the questions to address. Am I the one to try to stop the fire? I wouldn't test you, I'm not the best you could have attained. Well, why try anything? I will get there. Just remember, I know, but I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. And I can't say it's what you know, but you know it the whole time. Yeah, you know it the whole time. I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. And I can say it's what you know, but you know it the whole time. Yeah, you know it the whole time.
You know, just between you and me, Owl, it's great to see you, by the way. It's great to see you. Missed you. I'm so glad that that chat thing is fucking working. It took me forever. So, for those of you who find this tech stuff easy, enjoy it. Because one day you'll be like me, where it'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? And I forgot to take a drink before I started, which was smart. Also, a mistake from last night that nobody's gonna remember. I totally took some medication a little early, so towards the end I just started like bawling out. But for those of you who weren't there yesterday, who cares? It's been a little bit of a slog, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to get this thing back up and running is tough. It's a lot tougher than it was 2 years ago. And we can try out this new one. Let's see if this works. We can go to just talking. Oh, it works! Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I don't have transitions yet. Maybe if I was smart, I would have turned the music down before I did that, but who does that? Who makes sure that you can hear everything that's going on in the background? Not me. But it is good to see you. I'm glad that this is also working. But it is great to see you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, for your patience. It's another Mass Effect day. Apparently when I scratch my head, this is what the model does. So that's cool. So it freaks out when you scratch your face. But Owl, great to see you as always. Everybody else, I am the Krogan that is blue. Most people just call me blue. My actual name is Scorn. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers. I don't most of the time.
Good calls are good.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that working yet. I don't know why it's not. I'm just kind of rolling with it. Just lower you down a little bit. Yeah, I still don't have the chat working 100% on this page, but I just wanted to come here and see if it works at all. My tail also goes out of bounds, which I'm perfectly fine with because tails can't be bound. But Salt, great to see you. How are you doing? Hopefully your day went well. Tell me all about it. Yeah, extra tail is allowed. On my model in VR chat, I have a radial dial that I can, this is like normal tail, I can double its size. I can put it to 100%. And yeah, I'm going to get the aiming right on this at some point. There we go. Boop. That's closer. Oh well. So yes, I never really use it because if there's any crowd at all, you just wipe them out behind you and you won't even know. So that's not great, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. For those of you in the Discord, which I'm sure you guys are, I am going to start trying to do at here and at everyone when I post starting times. I was told that I should do that because some people who want to watch me don't recognize what time I start, and I always start by, you know, whatever time I feel like. So we're going to try to get down to a little bit better on the scheduling thing as I rein in this new computer. She is a beast. For example, on Friday night, I went into a room with 65 people in VR chat. With the old computer, I would be struggling to get... for those of you who don't know how VR chat works, basically, even if you can turn everybody's avatar off, where they're like just like a robot, so it's easier on your computer. And as long as you don't do a sweeping look, you're fine in a lot of times. But in the case of my old computer, it would freak out. It would shudder to a halt, and now I can do it at 65 frames with 65 people in there and all of their avatars showing, which is ridiculous. So this new computer should be able to do anything I ask for probably the next 5 years. And I keep forgetting to add the stuff down at the bottom. It really doesn't like it when I crack my knuckles like that. Okay. But we are going to try playing Mass Effect. I say trying because Mass Effect doesn't like to be on hold. She really doesn't like to be on hold, so I basically have to kind of not start it. I don't understand why I'm getting that text message, but okay. I just got a text message from the nail spot. Encoding is overloaded. Cluttered, you're already leaving me. No. But I hope you have a good time. So I basically have to start it when I'm starting the stream. I did test it to make sure that there was no problems. But, it does not like to sit idle. It doesn't like to sit minimized because you couldn't do that back in the day, really. And I do like how Mass Effect always starts with Rex. It always starts with Rex, and that makes me happy. It's our daddy. It's our man. It's our guy. Hello, Chapelmon. Great to see you. Basically, we just got the man, the myth, the legend. And no, we're not talking about that guy from those hockey videos. I have to remember what buttons work. And it's supposed to block those out, but oh well.
Commander Shepard, could you spare a moment of your time?
No, I can't.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
What is it?
A lot of people want my help these days. What makes you special?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
That's garbage.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
I'll find out. See, I'm mostly going Renegade, but I don't want to be
We'll
a
look
complete
into
dick.
it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there.
Yep.
Thank you for
The
your
trouble
time.
is that if you're a complete
just want to give
douchebag,
my
you
wife
just
a
say
proper
no to all
funeral.
the quests. So
The
you,
respect she deserves.
when you get to the final fight, you're like, hey, I have no chance. Oh yeah, we're running faster now. We're not really. It just changes your... And I would like to run around with Garrus, but I do want to see if really... So the leader of CSEC, like the head liaison of CSEC, is right next to an expensive bar. I can't tell if that's great planning or horrible planning. So like every single drunk person is gonna... this is a bathroom, piss on his floor. But I don't, maybe not. Maybe they're more civilized. I kind of doubt they're more civilized, but...
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
I have to admit, every single time I've played this game, I've picked stop stealing corpses. I don't know what the other options sound like, because I don't think you cannot pick this option.
You can cut the red tape for a grieving husband.
And Rex is just
I want you to
glaring at
release the
him.
body of Nerali Batya.
Commander, nothing would make me happier. I'm afraid, though, that it's not quite that simple. Serviceman Nerali Batya died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Batya no doubt told you.
Uh-huh.
Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
By the way, the new Krogan model looks really good. Haven't been in here since you got the new one. Really? You haven't seen the new one? Oh, well, thank you. It looks... I definitely enjoy it. It was... I won't say it's money well spent, because it was a lot. But it does make me happier, especially like in VR chat, where I can just like stand there and flex my claws and just look at my claws. I do that a lot. Just like I'm sure most of you would do if you woke up as your Sona. You just like look at your hands and be like, But anyway, I appreciate it, Salt. She's toxic. So she's been mauled.
I don't care how badly the Geth mangled the body. It's the husband's right to claim her.
We are not holding Nerali Batya's body out of discretion. We are, frankly, holding the body for research. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Batya may save more lives in death than she did in life.
I'm releasing the body. Yeah, but they have, I mean, like, hundreds and thousands of people died on that planet. Oh yeah, I found a moth avatar I really enjoy and ended up staring at my hands a lot. Yeah, you do that. It's
You know who and what I am. If I want Nerali Batya, I can get her.
Commander, I don't think threats are necessary. Even if the body were here on the Citadel, would you really risk going in shooting to get it?
her, not it. Yes, yes, I would.
You said you'd been briefed on me. How do you think I feel about people mistreating the dead?
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr.
All
Batya. I'm
right.
not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
You're not gonna do shit. You're just gonna get out of the room and then continue doing what you... oh yes, those little things are nice. It's such a surreal feeling. I know folks who swear they have phantom sensitivity for having fur tails and VR, feeling hugs of VR. Hey Basil, it's great to see you. It's been a while. Yes, lots of people have phantom sense. So it's the more they're in VR, the more they can actually feel it. So if you pat their head, they feel it, and that's pretty cool. I don't really have it, but you have to have been touched a lot to begin with, and I've always been kind of skittish about that. But basically, you just imagine like getting your head pat or something like that, and eventually your brain's like, oh, it's getting patted. So that's really neat. And Tao of the Sun actually has, when he goes into VR, he has some stuff that he has a vest that he puts on so that he can feel his wings. And he actually can control his wings with his back muscles now. So it's pretty neat. And they have a headband that you can buy, that you can like move your ears and stuff, and you can train yourself to do it. It's really neat science.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I took care of it.
Your wife is coming home, Mr. Batya.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye, Commander. Alright, got them experience points, baby. By threatening people. I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh yeah, I need to go back to the Citadel so they can communicate what's his face. But yeah, now that Chapelmon, I think it was Chapelmon, brought it up yesterday, like there's aliens walking around. Like there's the guy leaning up, there's this guy walking around. And as you get further and further in the games, that doesn't happen. Now in 2, I guess I can understand a little bit because you're being constructed by a pro-human thing. Like you're being rebuilt by the Nazis, so you're hanging around a lot of Nazis, unfortunately.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the enkindlers to be spread.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to kill us a jellyfish.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
It's not smart enough.
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
Rex is like,
How
yes.
can I convince
She
my
says what we're
superior
all
that I deserve a
thinking.
promotion if I cannot convince this annoying jelly to leave? I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
But yeah, it is pretty crazy,
Forcing
Basil.
religious
But how have you been, man?
evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
That's fair. That's pretty accurate, you know. I mean, human religion hasn't gone exactly great with the not killing each other part, but you know. Arrested. Sir, that is the jellyfish. They don't
So
have
if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of
What
the
happens if I
license.
tell it just to arrest him?
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
You're pathetic.
If you can't solve this problem, you don't even deserve to be in CSEC.
I didn't ask for your help, human. I can deal with this myself.
See what I mean? If you're a complete douchebag, just nothing happens.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
You're breaking the law.
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing
Good
trouble.
over here, keep him busy with work, yeah?
This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Oh, I don't have enough go juice. Goodbye.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
This
pale.
one will continue to spread its message.
No, you won't. Not once I put my points in. Get. Oh. Oh, see? I have enough, but I don't have enough. And that's what's sad about this game, is like, I have the maximum amount of Intimidate points I can have at this level, but you still can't talk your way out of that for some reason. Oh yeah, I can wear better armor now. I remember. Do you remember? The 21st of September? Do. Wait. Oh, I don't have any medium human armor. Damn. Oh yeah, and I need to turn off, auto level up. No. Yeah, I need to turn that off, make sure that they're not updating themselves, because that gets dangerous. They just put themselves into, like, random points. I feel it's more like it goes with the whole humans are the most special race in the galaxy theme MTE2 has. They've only been around the galactic scene for 30 years, and yet humans are everywhere in the galaxy. Well, I mean, that is kind of the whole point of the, you know, what is it called? I don't even remember what their name is right now. That's smart. Cerberus, that's it. So that's Cerberus's whole goal, is to get humans in places, yeah, thank you, to get people in places that, you know, they're not. They want to make sure that, and I understand from a certain standpoint how that organization could have started on good terms. Like, okay, you know, we need to make sure human interests are represented, and that's a completely valid thing to say in an organization like this. You know, that's been around for tens of thousands of years, and then we show up and we're a part of it. You know, we've been accepted into this alliance. You know, it's not like we're one of the outlier, you know, races that's not part of this galactic federation, if you will. But, yeah, I mean, I think it was probably just cheaper. I mean, if we get down to it, it's probably just cheaper not to have to make as many models and, like, customize them so they don't all look the same. I mean, because, yeah, you just have to, like, change your clothes and stuff, but, you know, that takes money, that takes time. I'm actually looking around for keepers I haven't scanned. The yeah, because it saves acid, makes humans more easy, yeah. It's still sad, though, and I hadn't realized that till you brought it up. But... Oh yeah, I told her to fuck off. Oops. Oh no, not my chair. Can I switch out my squad members while I'm not on station? No, you can't. Alas. But how are you doing, Kinsect? Great to see you.
But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just isolated rumors.
Do you really think Saren could be involved in something like that without the Council knowing it?
Maybe
Yes.
the Council does know. Everyone already assumes he's just doing their dirty work.
That's dangerous talk. I'd be careful who you mention.
That's
that to.
dangerous
I know.
talk.
But if it's true, shouldn't we be doing something about it?
No. And I'll thank you to keep me out of it if you do.
Cool. That's how democracy dies. Yeah, we don't talk about Andromeda. It doesn't exist in this stream. I should make that a rule. That'd be funny.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
It's like they didn't have her name
Eden Prime
yet
was a
before
major
they had
victory.
her.
The beacon has brought us one step closer.
They brought
to
Keith David
finding the
online,
conduit.
and he recorded all his lines before they
one
had
step
Tally's name.
closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador.
Us one. Wait,
Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts
one
will be
audio
made to bring
recording
him
is
in to answer for his
irrefutable
crimes.
evidence.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren.
Somebody watching him shoot.
Matriarch Benezia.
A human being watching a man shoot a Turian shoot another Turian is completely hearsay. But an anonymous recording that we could have had an AI do right now. I mean, I could go online and probably have an AI make that recording. Yeah, and it's like in 3 seconds. Come on. I've always had trouble with that leap of faith where the guy who's the most against you, the most pro-Saren, is all of a sudden like, whoa, that's completely compelling. I mean, if we came up with like a video and like, oh, I found his left shoe there too at the scene of the crime. Oh, well, you know, I don't know.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors.
You can't do that because AI is illegal. Yeah, but you can do it with just fucking a
soundboard. She had
soundboard.
many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
And here's another setup. They're going to completely believe the sound going on in the background. They're going to, okay, it's irrefutable proof that and then they're going to like stumble. They're going to be like, well, I don't know. The Geth sounds like nonsense, that there's monsters out there killing people.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
It's trouble.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
See, this is another fallacy. It's like they didn't know humans existed up until 40 years ago. So it's like, oh, we would have found something. Come on. You doubted me before.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient
Obviously,
lie to
I
cover
mean-
Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
You're wrong.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
I like his attitude.
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region. Keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
See, and again, more racism. Well, because he doesn't know that's what it is. So he doesn't know that that's the problem. They don't know where it is and what it is, so that's the thing. They don't know that the, well, spoiler. Well, what's his name's not here, so right, Ryujin isn't here, so. But they don't know that basically the entire Citadel is that thing. So, I mean, he's probably been in that council room dozens of times, but he just didn't know that there was a button, and he probably didn't have. Yeah, he's not in full control because you fight him later. Same old story.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull.
Ambassador.
I love the gasp in the
There
background.
is another solution. A way to stop Saren that does not require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
It's been a while. Hey, Cobot, how are you doing? At this point, Sarah, no, because you fight him, and then if you have the right enough charisma, you can talk him into doubting. And then later on, he talks about how he basically got taken over. They put more bits and bobs into him. So right now, he's mostly his own person. Might be me, but I hate how humans are the special ones in this universe. Let the humans be new and not special. I get that. It's just that this part, it's part of the dialogue. It's part of the story that, you know, the humans found out about this major threat, but because they're humans, nobody cares. So that is a compelling story. Hey, gamer, how are you doing? We're currently screaming at people who could kill us with a thought.
It was a Turian Spectre who betrayed this council, and it was a human who exposed him. I have earned this.
I have earned this. Angry mandibles. The Solarian doesn't even touch the computer.
Step forward.
Oh, right. It's my time, trip and fall. Boom. Ah! Yeah, so there was no warning about this, so these 4 people watching us are like, uh-oh, here's history in the making. The special music.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal.
I like this
symbol,
speech.
the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council.
Can you guys hear it?
Instruments
It looks a
of our
little
will.
quiet.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
It's about damn time. Council Spartus is a constant ass throughout the entire game series. Well, a sneak peek of what's going to happen. He's probably not going to be in the entire game series.
I've been ready for this since Eden Prime.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Any leads?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
Why not to me?
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the CSEC Academy and speak to
I
the
don't think
Spectre
that he's in the
Requisitions
entire
Office.
series, is
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
Figures.
What do you expect from a politician? Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
I say that to the 2 most future politicians in the world. Spectre training. Increases damage and duration of all your powers by 1%, increases health by 5%, increases maximum accuracy by 2%, regenerate an extra accuracy per... Nice. Oh, Unity. Okay, that's what I mean. Can I undo talent points? Oh, I can't undo them all. It just undoes the ones I have. Damn. About time. It's been 30 years since... But these are like the special police. It's like, come on. Unlock fitness. Really? I just unlocked fitness in a Krogan. That seems like a horrible thing to have done. Give him immunity. So he's put none of his own points into fucking shotgun. Oh, because he can't put points into shotguns. Advanced sabotage. Excellent. Body armor. The secret police. Exactly. We don't have anybody in the secret police. Even though Dina is an ass, the rewrite of... Yeah, it does. It does. Like, in this game, you're like, hey, he's not that bad. And then in the second game, you're like, oh, well, he's kind of a jerk. And then in 3, it's like, wow. All right, Pale, I'm going to go talk to this guy again. If he doesn't give this the 3rd time I've tried to talk to him.
No, I'm waiting.
Oh, hey, it works on the 3rd time.
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
How do you know about that? He's in the room with you. Why am I so mad at somebody who's in the room where the most important announcement probably in a decade?
Who told you I was a Spectre?
I'm a senior officer with the Alliance. I knew about your candidacy before the Normandy was sent to Eden Prime. My name is Admiral Kahoku.
Kahoku.
It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres.
Giggity.
We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Problems?
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse.
No.
We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply
Fitness
to
on
you,
a Krogan will make them less
Spectres
fat and more
can go
muscular, a
anywhere
true threat
they
to
want.
everyone around
You
them. They
could
don't
find
have a
out
lot
why
of
my
fat on
team
them.
dropped out of contact.
Wonder if there's a Spectre, Hanar, Volus, or Elcor that's not in the galaxy? No. But they already talk about that, how those races are kind of like a joke. Bet you go anyway. We'll see. Okay.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out
Besides,
of
the
options.
Hanar, the Volus, and the
I'm gonna
Elcor are
stay
not
here and
very
see if I
good
can find
warlike
anything out through
spaces.
official channels. Won't hold my breath, though. I'll upload the info on where my team
I mean,
was
I
last
do
seen to
miss
your ships.
the,
Maybe you
what was it, some of the preview stuff that they did of, like, Elcor with, like, gigantic artillery on their back and stuff.
I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay. Fuck off.
I'm on a break.
Okay, fuck off.
Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
What's wrong?
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite floor tile in the room.
I'm not just some soldier. I'm a Spectre.
A Spectre? I heard
Like
they
how the
were
game
thinking
doesn't
about
do
letting
justice
humans
to how
into the
tall
ranks.
Turians are compared to humans.
About
Like,
time.
looking back the art book when the Turians
But that
invaded,
means you
they
can
were
go
massive
anywhere you
compared to
want,
human
right?
soldiers. Oh, yeah.
Even out into the Traverse? My brother's the captain of a
Same
ship
thing with
called the
Krogans.
Majesty.
They had to
It was
ship
crossing the
them-
Traverse a few days ago
squish
when it
them down.
disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Those are both bad.
Neither one of those options leaves a lot of hope.
I won't give
I like
up
how
on my
Rex is
brother.
always looking over
Not
my
yet.
shoulder.
I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
How about a reward?
What's in this for me?
I can't afford to pay you anything. If I had that kind of cash, I'd have hired a recovery team to track him down already. Maybe you could look into this as a personal favor, you know? We humans have to stick together.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely.
Yeah, that's
But they don't have
completely
any
unlike...
real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
Oh, this is the same voice actor as somebody else. I think he plays one of the Solarians later in the game.
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
I'll see what I can do.
Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Or I'll just leave you in suspense. So I actually sit here and put it into perspective. The only two aliens that are technically the same height as the humans are the... Yeah. It's not making me run faster, but it's tricking the eye to make me think I am. Well, they don't count because they're extinct. Sorry.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Well, two of the three people in here would be the same height. The Krogan would be about 7, 8, 9 feet tall.
Please do not disturb the
I think it's odd that every single Batarian became a separatist and none remained in Citadel space. Well, I mean, I don't know much about them, but it seems like from what they described, like they were always a little bit on edge. You know, they were always a little bit more prone to...
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
The CSEC officers...
This one
Oh, I
only
have enough
wishes
to
to
say
spread
now.
the
Haha.
truth to any who will listen.
There's trouble
There is no
anyway.
intent to cause trouble.
I don't care about your intent. You're making all Hanar look like troublemaking zealots.
This one does not wish to prejudice the listeners against the Hanar.
You're worthless. You're garbage. You're jelly. I put you on toast.
You Hanar deserve what you get. You're either too snobbish or too stupid to follow simple rules.
This one will obey. It does not wish to prejudice other species against the Hanar. This one departs
Don't
now.
they only wait?
And will
Don't
not
they only
intrude
walk in
upon
3?
the Presidium again.
Yeah, he's just gone in this one.
Tranquil, calm, relaxing. Wake me when this is over.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
It had to be done.
Somebody needed to set that thing straight, and it obviously wasn't going to be you.
You have already demonstrated your ability. I acknowledge it, and I will learn from your example. Here, for your assistance in this matter.
He just
Now, if
shit
you'll
in my
excuse me,
hand.
I should report to my superiors.
Here's poop. Oh, he gave me 10 Omni Gel. So he literally did. He just handed slime into my... He's like, here you go. What a jerk. But they always treated them as being like the pirate people. Like that's just who they are. So I don't think it's really hard for it, a big stretch for it to be... I didn't mean to click that. It's not a very hard stretch to see them as that. Because the only times you encounter them is basically the frickin', when you're killing them. Can't be by being an asshole cop. Why can't I go to CSEC? I know I've been there. Oh, I didn't touch the fucking terminal while I was in it. Oh, there it is. You have arrived at CSEC Academy. Wouldn't this... All of these would be a lot bigger, I think. You know, they have 200,000 cops, and this is the training center. Like, this is the armory for 200,000 people. I mean, what if they actually had an emergency and had to hand it out and had to hand out weapons? This is why it was so easy for them to take over take it over in 3.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake.
His face is on fire.
System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Whatever.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the
Spanish is based around pirating anyway, so there's no reason for them for the So it's basically just them to being an asshole to other people. Why can't I see what it... Of course I can't afford it anyway, but oh, 1,500, yeah! But I mean, look at some of this stuff. It's like $37,000, $20,000. Like, you'll never have this much money in a single playthrough. It's a little ridiculous. Wait, I can use medium armor now. What are you talking about? I'm supposed to be able to use medium armor now. Where is it? Tactical armor. Oh. Oh. It's so far away. It's going to take forever to get that many points. Oh, man. Tame plants are also outside the restrictions of Citadel space, so again, this is why you only see the same types of aliens on the Citadel and within that. Well, yeah, I get that. But they were saying later, in the later games, there's just less aliens in general. Like, you go on to fucking Omega, and there's humans everywhere. I think I got on the wrong
In other
order.
news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the
I don't want to
Hades
hear
Gamma
these. I want to hear
cluster.
these two talk.
When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused
I think I managed to cap
comment.
my money by the end of the game. And then in 3, it just seems like there's a lot less aliens. Because here, they're everywhere on the Citadel, walking around, having a good old time. And there's just less and less of that idle alien. I got a sunburn or something on the back of my head. You know how long it took me to find this the first time I played this? Because it's like, oh, by the way, you're just gonna, you know, go do whatever. I have a huge red box around my fucking OBS screen that's annoying the crap out of me. Like, I didn't know where I'm supposed to go, so I'm just wandering around for, I think it was like 6 hours I spent wandering around.
Every time I visit the Citadel, CSEC brings me here for a friendly chat.
Friendly chat. Excuse you for what? Did you break wind? I'm sorry.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
Right, but we're saying in the general areas, the congregation areas, there's less aliens wandering around than there are on the Citadel in this game. It's just generic, you know, aliens leaning against a wall and walking around and being in the game. There's just a lot less of that because it costs money to put them in the game and make them look different. That's what we were saying earlier. Forced retirement.
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship.
What is
A
Tally
Spectre
doing with
can't
her
answer
arm?
to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
There's more to this.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
You hid this from me.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Oh, kill him. I'm gonna have his head on your desk.
Saren's not gonna get away this time.
That'd be really
Saren's
funny.
gone.
Like if you took the Renegade
Don't even
option,
try to
it's
find
just
him.
you just see his
But we
head
know
in the
he's after
background on his desk.
The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
So it's like all of a sudden now there's Geth on 3 other planets and nobody's wanting to believe me. But in the last 20 minutes since I said, hey, by the way, shit's fucked, they're like, oh yeah, there's Geth attacking 3 or 4 of our colonies. What?
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit.
He jumps to conclusions. I love him. He's a really good commander. He's like, okay, there's some evidence, I'm going for it. I may not be right, but I'm not in doubt. He's like, the conduit, this thing I heard about 20 minutes ago, is totally the answer to all our prayers. And he constantly does that. And that's charming for the, you know, he's never really right. When you get to the end of this series, it's like, well, he was kind of right.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
I think we're going to Novaria first.
Maybe I can get to Novaria before the Geth.
All right,
it's your
Arbiter,
decision,
calm down.
Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
You're damn right.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
That's your job.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre.
So be racist.
I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
What possible meeting could you have?
Yes, Commander?
Nothing. Gotta go.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I bet you do. Still hate the Council for literally banishing the Quarians entirely from being involved in anything having to do with the Sol system? What? What do you mean they banished them from having anything to do with the Sol system?
Stand by, shore party. Decontaminate.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
I'm ready.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%.
I don't think she was on the dig all by herself, because there's a lot of evidence, like, she couldn't have manhandled that fucking laser down there by herself. Let's do things my way.
Listen up, Normandy.
This is your commander speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit, and I refuse to let anything get in the way of that mission.
The Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They never helped us in the past, no reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
Saren can't hide from us.
Wherever Saren goes, we'll follow.
Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
None of the other
shall
species
prevail.
has the guts, grit, or balls to deal with this.
So it's up to us. We're the only ones who can stop Saren. I swear to you all, we will stop him.
Biter? Something?
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
See, this one's tough. Like, he doesn't matter anymore. It's like, whoa.
Fancy speeches won't stop Saren from finding the conduit. If we really want to make the captain proud, we better get this bird in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it would really suck to have one of these jobs. What do you do? Well, I sit there and I press keys for a living. Hey-oh, racism. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. Okay, we can't talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him anyway. No. I do like how in this game you can hang up on the Council. That really makes me happy. It's like, oh no, and then like Joker gets into it by the third time you do it. He's like, oh no, we're flying through a tunnel or something. I think we all know what we're going to be doing here. We're all going to go talk to Rex. God, and I remember the first time I played this game, this elevator took so long. Talk the requisition officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
This never made sense either.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Well, I can understand that they were upset about they didn't want them anywhere near us because, what was that, 200 years ago, they could have just come in and mined our entire system and we wouldn't even have known. So, you know, I get that they're like, hey, stay away from the humans, but it's like, I get where they're coming from. It's like, hey, don't go mine all their crap and settle on their planets, because they saw that we were up and coming. And I think that's something that the council would have to kind of keep an eye on, you know, because as all the real estate gets gobbled up, if there's like a little civilization that they're pretty sure is going to be coming along, like what's the new one? The Yogg. Like, we know that the Yogg are pre-spaceflight. Like, we know they exist. They're a civilization that's not part of the galactic whole yet. And it even says in one of the games, like, if we fail, the Yogg are going to be the next, you know, galactic dominant race. So yeah, we wouldn't want people landing on their moons and on their planets and in that space and mining everything and stealing all of their stuff. You know, so if that's the angle they were coming at it, I get it. But out and about doing errands, hope the stream's great. Hey, Ryujin, great to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, yo.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap.
Tough shit.
Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods,
But this doesn't make sense to me. It's like, I'm here to save the world. Why would you charge me for it? Yes, I get it, but just put it on my expense account. It's like, okay, well, we all died because we didn't get to use the good guns.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
You've doomed the entire universe because you're a cheapskate. Just, you know, send it to Udina. I have $500. And they don't even give you any money. They're like, it's fine. You know what? I'm gonna torch you by talking to Ashley.
Nice ship you got, Shepard.
It's so dark you can't
What
see.
can I do for you?
What's up, you sexy man?
What's your story, Rex?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, yeah. Don't be an ass.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Big deal.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
Of course it is.
Seems similar enough to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Not exactly. That's your point.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
There's a bird people race that recently welcomed in the galactic community through ME Cerberus news update. Why we don't see them in ME3 is because they hide back on their planet and hope the Reapers see them as not advanced enough to kill. Well, I think that's also what they're wanting to do with the Yogg. Is like one of the records you pick up is like, you know, they're just gonna hope to that they're passed by. And there is a mod I saw that will put all the Cerberus updates in email form. So maybe Mass Effect 2 will be a little bit more stable with these mods. I'm pretty sure it will be, because I remember modding the second one.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
It's hot. He's so hot. I'm sorry.
The
If I just stop
genophage
choosing
infected us,
options and don't
but
talk,
it's
you'll know
not
what I'm
what's
doing.
killing
You know
us.
what I'm doing. I'm just staring at him. I'm just like, He's so pretty. Except for he's red. If he was blue, like they had literally made him blue, my entire furry journey would have been different.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out.
Oh, shut up, Pale.
None of us
People
are
stare at you, they don't
interested
stare at
in
me.
staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Chapman.
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know,
okay,
it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Okay, so let's put it to a little bit of poll, impromptu. Who would be your most memorable character? Not sexiness, not, I mean, that might play into it a little bit, but like, of all the characters in Mass Effect, main character or side character, whatever, who would you say is like the most compelling, like the best written, and you're like, the game wouldn't be the same without them? Hire subs out. How much, Rex? What?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time.
I may be asking the wrong
Just who
audience.
we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I do wish you had more chances to talk to him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
I'm gonna torture you with Ashley talk now.
Commander?
How we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
Stop dwelling.
They died, you lived. That happens in this job.
Yes, Commander. Believe me, I understand that. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Yeah, it does look like Krogan's or Rex is gonna win in the game here. I made a gay Garrus romance video series, and I think Rex is better than Garrus all around. Wow. Well, Blade, it's good to see you. But also, she's a blue human, effectively. So she's gonna... You know, it's a lot easier to sell her as the main character if it's not an actual human, because they're basically just blue humans. So from a marketing standpoint, make sure Ashley falls down.
The answer seems plain enough to me. Be more alert.
Aye, aye, Commander. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Can we talk? Let's flirt.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away.
I'm sorry, what?
We're talking more later, though.
You can go fuck yourself.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I get it. Tally is done, but I think Rex is written very well. Like, over the entire series.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander.
Oh, he just
I knew working
snapped
with
his own neck.
Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You knew.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
there's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
You'll get over it.
It's not the end of the world. You'll have tougher decisions soon enough.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Either way, I plan to...
Like sniping your old best friend.
And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Sounds good to me.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Thane's probably the best written character BioWare's ever done. You're gonna get some flack for that, but where the hell is the fucking armor? I can't even unlock it yet. Motivated buyer. Gotta always add the intimidate. Yeah, I think Thane... I never really vibed with Thane because his story to me felt heavy-handed. It's... okay, you're dying, that's great. You know, but he doesn't ever show his sickness. Like, until the later games, it's like he doesn't ever have a moment where he's, like, coughing. You know, there's an example where if you take Garrus into the quarantine zone, he starts coughing and he's like, uh-oh. You know, he never like shows that he's sick. A good example, I saw a good example on Twitter about, now I don't know if you ever watched Star Trek Voyager, but like the second in command guy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm Indian, I'm a Native American. Oh, let me go get my, you know, my Native American gods to sort this out for us. You know, they're so heavy-handed with it, but then it's like they completely forget about it. He never like casually mentions it. He's never like, well, sorry, I gotta go do this thing. You know, they never come in. You know, it seemed to me like, yeah, it was, they had made this assassin, and they're like, oh crap, how do we make people like him? Now, don't get me wrong, I like his story. I've never actually romanced him. But it's one of those things in here, you guys are sitting at me looking at this shit. So I can use pistols, fucking... Yeah, Akuna Matata. Chinakote's Akuna Matata. I've never heard that. Akuchi Moya. Akuna Matata. Oh god. It means spirit animals for the rest of your plays. Sorry, I'm going to hell. Yeah. Well, we were going to let you into heaven, but you made a joke about Akuchi Moya. Of course, I read all that apparently is made up bullshit anyway, so they wouldn't offend any particular tribe, or they were lazy. Probably the one that's lazy. Warden will point out for Grunt or Garrus, cure them once you arrive. Hell, Zell, it's great to see you. Welcome to the stream. I would put Morden up there. I would say, I agree that Rex is probably top. But I would say the one that is most memorable to me is going to be Morden. Because he goes from this hyperactive, what the fuck? Like, the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is this guy's problem? And then, by the end of the other game, like, I was seriously in tears when the end came. And I'm like, holy crap. But when the end came for Thane, I was like, eh. I did make a Shepard that I didn't know. Hi, Tally. How are you?
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
But see, this is also a problem for me. Now, I know they have to keep it realistic, but, like, the Asari found the Citadel, I think it was, like, 14,000 years ago. And it's like, how on earth would a civilization 14,000 years in the future have anything to do with people banging rocks together? You know, imagine life 100 years ago, let alone 1,000 years ago. Like, they would have such advanced vessels that it would be, like, utter bullshit for us. It's like they literally would be the vessels. Like, each body would be, you know. So I always had a little bit of a problem with that with some science fiction games, is because they try to sound science fiction. No, 14,000, not 1,400. 14,000 years ago. Like, a long time ago. Like, we were, like, you know, banging rocks together in a cave somewhere. But, she's like, oh my gosh, this boat is so amazing. And I mean, they had really advanced stuff up until 200 years ago. So even that, they might have some junky stuff now, but their ships should be way out there. I guess the answer is everybody just shared their stuff with us, which is really altruistic. It's like, well, hey, humans are here. Let's give them all the guns and all the ships and all the you know. But it's like, I don't know.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on the vessel
and Tally grows. For me. Like, I've always loved her as a character. She was one of my favorite characters, and the fact that you could romance her, I love that, because it's the forbidden romance. You know, you can't have her, and then you finally do. Is one of those things where it draws you in and draws, you know, it makes compelling dialogue. But it's like, I don't know, her story, in this game, her story's great. In Mass Effect 2, the story's pretty good. And then in 3, it kind of, And it's just one of those things where, I don't know. Like, I want her story to be so great. The Citadel found not even 3,000 years ago? Oh, I thought there was something where it said they found it, like, a way long time ago. My bad. You're in the ship?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can.
I can't even see her eyes in here.
Vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the
Was that the way it always was? You can't even see her eyes in this game. Is it in 2 that they brightened up her helmet? And yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert in technological bullshit, but, you know, it's kind of funny because in this game, the guns represent future. It's a gun that literally it basically never runs out of ammo. It just, you know, pulls crap off of a block of metal, shaves it off, shoots it out really fast, kills people. And then the next game, it's like, oh, by the way, you need ammo again. And, you know, we just kind of keep circling back to that. So the guns, I really like that type of futuristic. It's not lasers, okay, but why? When this is so much cheaper, you know, we can just fling a whole bunch of angry metal off of this block I found.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted.
But yes, you should draw more of the Quarian.
We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
I mean, that's entirely possible too, Chapter 1. I mean, there is talk about making new Mass Effect relays. There is talk about, you know, expanding that technology. But, you know, obviously people are like, oh, that could never be done. And, you know, I think there was a theory that, like, some people are, like, naturally, like, some of the politicians become indoctrinated just by being on the Citadel, because, you know, like, the little Reaper, the little bug guys just make sure that the Mass Effect relay opens and everybody dies every 50,000 years or whatever. But it's like, I thought I read some so that's why, like, the Citadel guys, all the counselors are so like, no, that could never happen. Like, the entire game is that you slowly get indoctrinated because you're basically sitting on a gigantic Reaper tech. Spoiler alert.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know.
Well, I think Zell they meant
It's been
in like
almost
the
3 centuries since they drove my people into
she's not a very far along.
All I know is the story
Like she
of their
trusted
origin.
gangsters to hook
What they
her
were
up
when we
with the
created
you know
them, and how
the
they turned on
galaxy's
us.
largest mobster. She's like, hey, I'm not going to give this information to anybody but the galaxy's largest monster that nobody knows. And somebody's like, okay, I'll set it up for you tomorrow. And she's like, okay. And then she just shows up, you know. So I think that's that she's innocent and she's young. Not that she's literally a baby on her, you know, mommy's fake boob or whatever. Tell me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and
Yeah, you can't see her eyes at all. You can kind of see her nose a little bit.
Closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
Yeah, that worked out.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
I thought about that. I thought it should be a twist with the council that they were going to be indoctrinated from years living on the Citadel. Citadel can't indoctrinate too much because too much exposure and indoctrination turns the brain to mush. Why Harbinger has control of the collectors through the high mind. Well, yeah.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original.
Except that's not how technological advancement works. You can't guarantee a technological plateau even with a very advanced tech because it's impossible to consider what other countries. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, all it takes is finding some little tribe in the Congo that, oh, we've been eating this plant for 100 years and we've been doing great and it's the cure for all sorts of stuff. So yeah, you know, every little planet they go to, every little community, every little group of, you know, monkeys they find on some little planet, it's like, oh, well, this little monkey, you know, is the cure for space AIDS or whatever. But yeah, I don't think you could really write it. I think the closest equivalence would be like the Tau in 40K, where they kind of don't share any of the same technology as anybody else. I mean, they're still monsters, but it's like, you know, they have their own drives that are a lot slower, but they're a lot safer. They have guns that aren't the same as everybody else's guns. You know, so it's kind of like they were just left alone for some reason, and all of a sudden, hey, look at us. Did we actually forget about the creatures who specifically built the Reapers? Well, I mean, they basically are the Quarians. They're like, hey, we built these Reapers to do stuff for us. I don't get it.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence.
I'm eating the
became
forbidden
more
cherry candy, by the way.
More abstract.
And I just bit the crap out of my lip.
One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose?
Pass the butter.
As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long.
I'm not eating something I'm allergic to. I'm eating something that was like poisonous.
And independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth.
That worked well.
The Geth responded to this order violently.
I see the technology being stifled by every race not wanting to share tech or incorporate it due to a lack of trust, etc., but this could be part of why Protheans are shown to be the much more advanced for the 50k years since all were Prothean. Well, they also go into that in some of the other games where they're like, all the technology that they find, like all ruins that we find, we're like, oh, these are Prothean, even though they could be from several cycles before that. What did you expect?
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
Yeah, Ryujin bought me candy that apparently was
machines,
contaminated,
incapable of
and it nearly burned a hole through me, and I didn't throw it away.
They had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Serves you right. I'm not romancing you, so I don't have to.
You got what you deserved.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life.
I mean, they have.
That's why
they really have a
and that's why we have to stop
pretty
him.
Jaded view of that. They want to kill everybody. Well, if they wanted to kill everybody, why would they have stopped in their own little happy space? Ilos is retconned to be such a sight. A base made from an alien species from the cycle prior to the Protheans. What? I don't... Chaplain 1, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What are you're losing me here.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is the Geth want to murder everyone. It's like they haven't been seen for 200 years. It's actually funny that the Leviathans literally ended their own species pretty much all because their ego is so massive. They're like, hey, these species nearly got wrecked for making AI, so we need to make an AI that will be better than their AI. Yeah. Well, that's right. Weren't they basically... Yeah, I'm remembering now that they were... The Leviathans were basically like... what was that series? Stargate, where they're basically like the Egyptians. It's like, well, just give me... Hang on. I just realized my computer is leaning precariously, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure my many thousands of dollars of computer that has taken me months to get going is not going to fall over in the meantime. Wouldn't that be funny? So if the stream abruptly ends, you'll know why. And if you hear me going, "Oh God," that'll be why.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their understanding in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
But see, that's also kind of horrifying. It's like, because if you're born without the ability to, like, let's say you have a disease or you can't walk, you know, they don't go into that much in these games. You know, they talk about how being a biotic is actually a disability, but it's like, so if you can't go out, like, let's say you were born with no legs, what exactly are you gonna, kind of gift are you gonna go out and get? It's like, well, you're gonna be useless. We don't want you.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive
I've actually never watched
implants to fight off
Babylon
sickness
5.
and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Well, yeah, because they definitely, you know, you find all sorts of, you know, dead Quarians and stuff, or Quarians stuck in terrible jobs. And it's like, oh yeah, they always come back happy. And that does sound like propaganda. It's like, oh yeah, they always come back. And they don't show them the tally of millions of dead that didn't come back. Weaker than most is an understatement, yeah. Yes, Tally, apparently they don't give you the knowledge to not just trust a random fucking stranger. I wouldn't call that well equipped. Yeah, she basically just got on my ship. I offered her candy, and I didn't even have to offer her candy.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Your face. I'm done here.
I should go.
I should go.
See you later.
See you later.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll get rid of her.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology.
The immune system's likely bordering on non-existent.
I can see why you wanted her to come along.
If the Quarians probably find something they can do just because of Tally, whereas jailing takes too many resources, killing, yeah, just kill him. Yeah, just kill him. I don't know. I think that for some of these races, they're, in order to prop up the humanity side of things, I think that they gave a lot of these, well, pretty much every alien species, like, some horrible thing. It's like, well, because if we just set humans against these Adonis creatures that never had any problems, you know, that's not a good story. No, that's kind of a boring story, and humans don't seem as good. You know, you seem a lot more monstrous for some of the later decisions that might be kind of monstrous. And, you know, like if the Quarians didn't have tried to wipe out the civilization that they created, and then, you know, the Turians coming in and just wiping out humans because they thought they were like a disease. You know, every race seems to have this one or two or 10 things to kind of drag them down a little bit. And some of them, like the Quarians in this, not so much the later games, but in this game, they kind of seem like more along the lines of like, you're kind of like So it seems to kind of push that, not propaganda, but that point of view that, yeah, humans maybe should be in charge of this, because look at the mess these guys have. She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Carry on, Adams.
I like the other guys from the second game, where you can play poker with them. This game is really dark. I never realized how dark. Maybe it's just my settings. I don't think so much as parasites. I think as unlucky... what's the term I'm looking for? Like, oh, they say it in one video game all the time. We're not bad guys, we're just pluckful rogues or something like that. They're just, you know, they're trying to make the best of what they've got, and because of all these big races already having grabbed huge chunks of the galaxy, like this is for humans, this is being set aside for humans, this is being set aside for Quarians, like they don't have, as you know, all the room that anybody else would, because they had their little area and then they've lost it now. Walking later, Ignis Road. Travel to the Utopia system. I do like the idea, the meme where it's like every planet you go to, the Vice Admiral's calling you. It's like, I need you to do something. We need some pallets moved from, you know, this site over here to this site over here. Shepard, could you take care of that? It's like, ugh. But at the same time, outside of the Batarians, the game does at least M2 and M3 tries to show that seeing them for those flaws and assuming they have said flaws is a bad thing. Oh, hey, we found Eden Prime. Yeah, zoom out. Zion. This is really dark. Amazon. I like the sound of this system, Amazon. First useful member of the Alliance.
Commander, incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ.
Speaking of.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up.
Uh-huh.
In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
Cool. Mission complete.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
So what?
And this is a problem, why?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in.
Cool.
A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
Get a bomb disposal
Shouldn't
team.
a bomb disposal unit be sent for this? We don't have anyone trained in that.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
Uh-huh.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
We're busy.
By the time we finish our current objectives, you could have someone else on site.
All right, I'll see if I can find someone else to handle this. Fifth Fleet out.
Wait, did I just give up the mission? Sweet! This mission actually bugs. So if you actually go and do this mission, it will, you can get trapped in the room. And it happened on my last playthrough. So I don't think I have the mission, so I don't think there's any reason for me to land on that planet. I also like the idea of not having to worry about fuel. I mean, it just seems silly to me. It's like after the first game, we didn't have to worry about it. Why do I have to worry about it now? Fuck fuel.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, we've got a situation that requires your expertise.
You called me 3 seconds ago.
A group of fanatical biotics have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies. They're afraid of sustained damage and is dead in space. Get in there and take them down.
You know, on one hand, I hate to the same from the past ways to put you down, but at the same time, it makes sense because I see well, yeah, I mean, we didn't know aliens existed, and then all of a sudden, aliens started killing us. So we did what we had to do, and I'm sure that's what the defense would be, but everybody else would be like, ooh, they're putting bombs in their probes, like they don't put bombs in their probes.
What are the biotics asking for?
They're L2 biotics, and most of them are suffering major side effects from the implants.
Uh-huh.
The subcommittee denied a request for reparations to all L2 biotics.
Cool.
Apparently they'd like the chairman to reconsider.
What's the priority on saving the chairman?
Saving him would be my preference, but we must make it clear that these tactics don't work, Commander. Your top priority is to neutralize the biotics.
What kind of resistance should I expect?
The biotics were seen loading equipment into the freighter. Expect traps and combat drones. Nothing you can't handle.
Okay.
Understood, Admiral. I'll see what I can do.
I don't want to give up every mission.
The time, Commander. I'm sending you the last known coordinates of the freighter. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
Yeah, right? We're literally just gonna nuke you. Hey, magnesium. We'll all be regular from now on. It's important from space. The MSV Ontario is making a hard burn for the asteroid cover. I don't think they're gonna get there. Let's take Daddy and Mama. Hello? We come in peace. Don't be alarmed that we have our pistols out. See, like right now, they could just jet away and tear the airlock off and kill us all. But I guess those types of defenses. Oh, that's a lot of dots. That's a lot of dots on the radar.
Intruders!
That's not good.
Go, go, go!
Just dying. Oh, they have a lot of shields.
Go, go, go!
No, that's friendly.
I will destroy
you. My pistol sucks now, apparently.
I'll kill you!
Uh-oh. I think our politician friend's gonna die.
I will destroy you!
A little low on health, that's fine. Okay, the shotgun does good things. Good to know. Uh-oh. Texas getting hoit. Okay, there's got to be a gap here. Hey, look! Goodies! Boom! Oh, I probably have to fight through a whole nother room, don't I? Son of a bitch.
All targets down.
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how
It's
about
also
if I
like
kill
1400 years
Chairman
ago, so
Burns
maybe
and
let's
finish the
move on to the
charade?
Reaper invasion.
Please, I was trying to help you people.
All right, Pale, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by, and yes, make sure you draw more Corey and stuff. Don't be stupid.
Let's not do anything we're all gonna regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Don't be stupid.
If you die fighting, you'll get a lot of biotics killed as well.
What do you mean?
Thank you, idiot.
You've just made all L2 biotics look like terrorists. think of what will happen to them.
But people need to hear about what the government has done and what it has failed to do.
People have already heard. You don't have to kill me to make your point.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
It's Renki.
Thank you, Commander.
How is the Renki River?
I thought I was dead when they took me.
I'm gonna kill you myself.
The reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
No, you didn't.
Then you weren't doing your job. A 5th Fleet cruiser will pick you and the prisoners up.
I'm gonna kill you.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
Give me the side eye, buddy. I just killed all your friends. I killed all your friends. Been chilling? Well, that's good. Malfunctioning object. I like how these ships are designed like they don't even care about hull breaches and stuff. Like, I guess that just doesn't happen anymore. Because it's like nobody has spacesuits handy. None of these rooms look like they're designed to seal off and save people. They all just kind of look like they're designed to be like, ah, well. They don't really seem too worried about, well, really anything. They don't seem really worried about anything. See, this is I have a problem with. Like, I can't equip any armor that I've found up until this point. And that's annoying to me. Because it's like, if you're going to have loot in a game, make it so where I can use it. I want to use it, you know? I don't even know what she's been using. Wait a minute, that looks like a nice shotgun. Why am I not using that shotgun? I think I am going to use that shotgun. But it's just, it's weird. I guess it's the future and they don't have to worry about it. A politician doing their job? Shep, this is sci-fi now. Yeah. How on earth is using radioactive bullets not a crime? Because nobody will ever know.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully.
Yeah, you just yelled at people.
Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
I want a medal. Why can't I have a medal? On a mess, on a mess. And that's a really cool graphic, except for I have no idea what orientation the frickin' ship is in. Floba. Jupiter Brain planet-sized supercomputer. Active scans by survey ships have returned tantalizing indications of a massive solid structures deep within the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be anything natural. Some believe Floba is a Jupiter Brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents of this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals towards the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that an ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping onto the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage the deep anomalies went tragically wrong and ended with the crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. You recovered a strange writing object. Okay. Yeah, and I burn people alive with my mind, so, you know. Moderately sized ice world compared to Krypton and Xenon. Frozen surface unusually smooth. Repaving by having. And I do like how a lot of these planets, they put in the writing, like, to insinuate that a civilization used to be here and was, like, destroyed by the Reapers. You know, it's like, oh no, there was a civilization there, but it's just ruins. Or, you know, there's a ship there that looks cool. Or, you know, they put these little tidbits in some of these planets. Traben is a modest world. Atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. Treben's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. The Exogeny recently performed test impact of a single water ice comet on the surface, the first step of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water into the environment. Alright, Renki, great to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Survey team is on the surface, monitoring most of the water release still in the atmosphere of vapor, but thick cloud banks have formed. There's every indication that the arid world will see its first rain. Survey team's progress has been hampered by frequent technological or computer failures in the GPS satellites. Let's go see what their problem is. Krypton, but no Superman, I guess. They just didn't reach space flight in this timeline, basically. And we get to drive the most undrivable system in the... Yeah, this was so... It's so bad. Research base. Anomaly. So you can't actually... Does it show up? Oh, it does show up now. Oh. But especially nowadays, the driving mechanic of this is terrible. I thought there was a boost. I guess there's no boost anymore. Well, I don't know what boost is, because that's the normal run faster button is aim. And I think it seems to me if a is E, F, G, Q, there, okay, it's Q. That I think ancient debris. So the ancient debris requires me to play Pac-Man. Turing and Cygna recover. There's no signs of any survivors. The pod is empty except for a small tattered flag.
I'm right here.
I'm right here. Spacebar triggers the jump death. In returns you to the Normandy. Right mouse button. Oh, thanks. Thanks for this. Why would it give me this now and not when I needed it? Oh, I meant Frogger. Yeah. I said Frogger before. Yesterday. Oh, Lord. No, right forward. Why am I stopping? Oh, Lord. Yeah, this thing will fuck me up at this point. Yeah, I'm already dying. Oh, why have I stopped? Why have I stopped? Why have I stopped? I don't know why I've stopped. I could not control... Wow. I need to head out and work on some stuff. Nice hanging out with you. Alright, man. Great to see you, Soul. Really hope... I haven't saved in forever. Okay. Quick save is Eden Prime. Oh no, autosave. Woo! Autosave. Whew. Okay, thank you, Lord. This is the OG. Because I tried to play the Legendary Edition and it would not stream. So I actually could not get it to... like, I could see it. It would play for me, but the stream would only see my HUD. So I don't think I really want to do that again. So I don't know if that's literally the research base or if you only go by there. Yeah, I don't, it has the jets on it, but I think they nixed it. The maker was so bad that it got ejected in me too. Yeah, what I was trying to say is I think that they had great plans for these planets, and they wanted to impart how big they were, like by the fact that it takes you a long time to drive around them. But it's not fun. You know, even in the missions where you're under fire and you're having to fight for your life for the whole time, it's just not. It's not really that.
It's deserted.
It's not a lot of fun, and it's obvious that they had bigger plans for this. Armor plating. Let's go back to the pistol, yeah, for longer range. Like, they just placed 3 buildings here.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Cool.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Could be. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a very weird problem, but I remember having issues because this is the first game that I streamed when I started streaming years ago. And nobody here remembers that, of course. But at the time, I played the original version. And then I played the Mass Effect 2 was where I started playing the Legendary Edition. Because the Legendary Edition Mass Effect 1... We're just going to save. Yeah. I think this actually may be the place that locks you out if you don't do it right. That's a lot of buttons. Oh, this is about to get real bad. This is about to get real bad. If they all start charging. Oh my lord, that's a lot of them. Yeah, even Rex is backing up. They're like, I don't think this is what we need to do. Funnel them in here. Bitch, you need to shoot faster. Callie ain't shooting very fast. The door behind me is locked, so I can't go any faster.
The survey team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
No, it's sitting right there. And I love how this is actually a... geez, what's the word? Like, this is a thing where it's like, oh, by the way, later on you're gonna see this as a problem. It's like foreshadowing for some of the future other missions where it's like, oh yeah, we've had this, yeah, we had this relic here for a long time. It didn't matter, right? Not great. Yeah, I don't like losing shields. These guys do not shoot a lot. What is up with that? Thank God for radioactive bullets. It's shotgun time. Oh. Oh. That accounts for all the Exogeny survey team. They were all converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on a frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. It's totally a mystery. I love how we're talking about the issue of wide open empty space with nothing, and then they said, yeah, let's do that with Worse last year. Yeah, I streamed that, and I was so bored. I wanted it to be so good. It's like, you know how you hope so hard for something, and it's like, nope, nope, just kidding. Just kidding. Incidentally, similarly related to side, regardless of whether you should still say mankind divided is masterclass in dense level design, and I will die on this hill. I do love those. I do love those games. Yeah. Every time I want to actually play, I actually did start a playthrough on the original Deus Ex with the intention of playing through every Deus Ex, no matter how bad they were, and there were some bad ones. The trouble is that I forget to, you forget to save nowadays, because, you know, you just don't save anymore, you know, the game just doesn't. And, there's one part where I remember you always carry a fire extinguisher because it's the first time you encounter a flamethrower. And it's like 3 or 4 or 5 hours in, and the guy just rocks your fucking world with a flamethrower, and I hadn't saved, and off we go. Sludge canister. Open. Ooh, and it's got a sniper rifle in it. Yeah, so this makes me think that Exogeny just put these people here and were testing the fucking Reaper creator things. That's my thought, but... yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like some of the old games, you're just like, whoa, okay, yeah. And that was the problem, is that I didn't want to replay all the crap that I had just because I didn't want to do it. I don't understand how I can do this, and yet I'm terrible at Frogger. But I did love Was Mankind Divided the first new one, or was it the second new one? Because the second new one, the second one where it's Mankind, you Uprising or whatever, I was not as big a fan of. The second new one, okay. Just for me, it was, I don't know why. I don't think the story was as compelling, maybe? I don't remember much of it, other than the last fight where you basically have to choose between saving people and killing the bad guy, and I always hate that trope, where it's like, haha, I mean, it's completely accurate in real life. You know, they would totally do that. It's like, haha, I'm gonna get away because you're gonna have to save these people, but that's really all I remember from that game. Hell, I wasn't. I probably still rate Human Revolution as the better, more complex game. I was playing an old GameCube game, and I didn't save for 4 hours of play. I went back forgetting to save, and then power flicked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that on a recent Game Boy game. I was playing on Switch, and I actually, on this computer, it actually has a built-in capture card. And the trouble is with my... Zell is new here, so they don't know, but I actually have several disabilities. My brain is actually getting worse with time. Some days are better than others, and setting up this new computer, setting up this new, all the streaming stuff was incredibly hard. So I have a capture card, but I'm probably never ever going to hook my Switch up to it, just because 1, laziness, and 2, I don't know how to do it. And I'm pretty sure it's literally just plugging in some HDMI cables. But that having been said, so if I stumble over words, if I don't remember something correctly, that's probably what it is. So, but yeah, I do love. I cannot wait for the GameCube emulator to come out for Switch. I'm sure it'll come out for Switch too, or whatever. And I recently replayed one of my favorite games. I actually got my first online name from it. It was called Jet Force Gemini. And I loved it because it was the first game that I could play a shooter with, that I could co-op with people, and I really enjoyed it. And when it came out as the remake, they didn't really remake it, and the controls are just so alien now. Like, you have to use... It's almost like a dual stick shooter, and my brain, you know, 30 years in the future just can't do it. It just cannot do it. And so I'm standing around getting murdered, absolutely just murdered, in the first levels. But I loved how it had like a little bit of story to it, you know, because most shooter games at that point were just, you know, go shoot stuff, and this was, hey, rescue people. And it had a dog in it. So that's actually where my first online name came. Was I used to be known as Lupus forever ago. I actually did some, and you can try searching for it. You won't find it. I actually did online radio with somebody for a number of years as Lupus. Back in the day, way back in the day. But really, there's nothing in the entire asteroid belt. Nothing. Antiporous. Helium gas giant. There's a sizable temperature difference. Nobody cares. But, so I was hoping that I'd be able to play it, and basically they didn't do anything to it, so I couldn't play it, and it was sad. The MSV in Worthington. Oh, she's looking a little rough. The Worthington is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design, configured for mixed freight and passenger hauling. The ship appears to be shut down, state, the main thrusters are cold, and is adrift and off the orbit. The Morrison comes to East Shaanxi. Let's take Garrus. We haven't taken Garrus for a while. But I just liked the idea that, like, you could have somebody else join in, and they could be your little, they would shoot your little partner. They could shoot and help you. I thought that was always really, really cool. Unlock sniper rifles. Yeah, seems Garrus isn't Garrus without a sniper rifle, but I don't know how accurate he is with them. I mean, I'll give him a point or two in them, but okay, I'll give him assassination. But one of the games I'm really, really looking forward to, and I don't even know if I remember the name of it. It was like a turn-based RPG, but it was like it also had ship-based combat. So like you would have your own little ship and you were flying around in the skies. Like it was submarine ship warfare in the clouds. And I loved it. And you could change the color of your sword. You know, yellow sword does electrical damage and all this stuff. And I think it was a PlayStation title. But I just loved the crap out of it. And it was a lot of fun for me just because you could launch like torpedoes. You could shoot your cannons. You could... Skies of Arcadia. See, I knew you'd know it, you fucking nerd. I love you. But yeah, I think it was like Skies of Arcadia 2 or something like that. But I just absolutely loved that game. And the trouble was I played on such a bad TV that I couldn't tell what color my sword was. So I couldn't tell what kind of elemental damage I was doing. So I just had to kind of go through them one at a time. And oh, it's super effective. Hey, I figured it out. But it's one of those things where I just have such fond memories of that game, and I'm sure if I played it now, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Okay, hello, it's Shepard. Shepard's...
Empty.
Yeah, it's not empty.
Everything's shut down. Only basic life support is running.
He does have a sexy voice, okay? I'm just saying. Skies of Arcadia never had a sequel. Well, then it might have been the Super Edition, I don't know, because I thought it had more than just Skies of Arcadia in the title. But... oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the...
Hear that? We're not alone.
And your bassy vibrato. Oh, you're so fucking sexy. Don't turn away from me. Don't abandon me. Yeah. Yep. Fusion containment. So good.
That was no accident.
That scared the shit out of me.
A trap.
No, it was Skies of Arcadia. So what, are these all mined? Yeah, they're all mined.
Area secured.
Alright, gamer, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you, love you, and we will see you next time, man. Hopefully we'll be able to come back before too long. I think I'm poisoned, yeah.
Perimeter secured.
Perimeter secured. No, it's not. Doobie-doo-doo-doo. Skyver Carry Legends. Yeah, that's what it was. Legends. Okay. Yeah, so I'm hoping that it will come, because I don't have a GameCube anymore, so I can't play it that way. So my only real hope will be to play it through, and that was actually kind of one of my original ideas for this stream, was that I would, like, because inevitably when grades come out, like 2 or 3 times a year, some kid does bad and his mom sells, mom or dad, pick your whatever, they sell like their Xbox or their whatever. Now I'm sure I'm not gonna find a GameCube as part of the fucking, you know, you got bad grades season. But that was kind of my plan, was that I was gonna go and buy old systems and plug them in and play them on the stream, simply because, you know, I don't always like playing new games. You know, like right now, everybody's playing Elden Ring. You know, you look on your stream list and everybody's playing it. So many people are playing it. And with my hands, I can't play that. And I'm not very good at it.
Gone. They say his brain isn't functioning anymore, and they want to shut off his machines. But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, and it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry.
She's Cersei Lannister?
Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't.
That's a good sign. Crazy mom, empty ship. The Batarians told me they'd save him. Hey, buddy.
That machine's keeping him alive.
No brain activity. He's dead. His body is nothing but an empty shell.
What? Yeah, basically. Also want to do the Elden Ring, but didn't prep enough. Yeah, so 90% of my followers just, yeah. And that's the thing, is, you know, I will play it, but I basically play it with a trainer, because I'm not, you know, I like the environment, I like the story, but I have no chance of learning those moves, and even if I did, my hands won't react fast enough. So that's why I can't play like Modern Warfare anymore, because I used to love Call of Duty, and I used to be pretty good at it. And now I can't play it because, you know, these kids react faster than I do, and with my busted ass hands, I can't really do anything. Turn off the machine.
No point in leaving him there like a vegetable.
I have no context, but I'm turning it off.
Call, Shepard. But maybe we should wait until we know more about what's going on before we do anything.
So I just turned it off anyway.
Jacob's not going to make it. His brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity. That's what he would want.
I don't want to die with dignity.
I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
She's gonna like charge into the room. Ah! Motorized joints. I like my joints to be mobile. Yeah, I think Jacob is probably the worst written character, because we did do a quick poll, and I am gratified to see that everybody was like, "That's Rex is the best." Versus, I think Jacob is single-handedly the worst written character.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we can do for him. He wouldn't want to be kept alive by machines, so we're going to disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. Give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
Take cover!
Oh, there's Juliet. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Now I'm just stuck. Well, good, she's dead. She's just hiding there, waiting for us to...
Clear.
So can I kill him now? But I want to kill him now. Turn off.
It wasn't easy, but that was the right thing to do.
Well, especially since this ship is just going to float until it runs out of power. So, I mean, eventually he's going to just grow old and die there. That would be kind of terrible. It's like you're the last survivor on the ship on, like, the auto dock is keeping you alive. That was funny in, what was it, New Vegas. They played with that, where, like, they had the suits that were supposed to take you to the medic if you got hurt. And it was just all these dead bodies. It's like they died 200 years ago, and yet the system is still trying to walk around and kill people with their dead body inside of it. It's like, oops. I do love that just throw science at the wall. It's a very Aperture Science type of way, is the Fallout universe. That's how I see it. It's like they just throw science at the wall to see what sticks. I watched somebody playing Portal 2 the other day. I ought to replay that. That was such a good game. That was just, there's some games that are just beautiful. Like, every part about it is just the sound, the theming, the acting, the control is just beautiful. And that's definitely one of those. I'd hold Portal 2 up on a pedestal for sure. Now it's just a dead ship with dead bodies in it. Where were we gonna go? Oh, yeah, maybe we should wait to murder Liara's mom until we have Liara. I normally like doing Liara last. Just because you don't have to watch her cutscene like 6 times. And I think they did patch that out. Because otherwise she tried to, like, read your mind like 6 times. And it gets a little annoying. It's like, well, let me see your vision. Well, I don't want you to see it again. A collection of small asteroids. Prothean data disk. While scanning the asteroid field in the Sparta system, this is Sparta system. We found signs of habitation. A recon team was sent to investigate one of the larger asteroids. The rock still had a small functioning biodome, but no sign of anyone still living there. And that is the sad thing about this game later on in like 2 and 3. You start learning about how these people were just massacred, and they would take hundreds of years. They didn't care how long it took. They just took however long it took to exterminate your entire civilization. And that's just kind of scary because, you know, you'd expect the bad guy to give up and go home. But they just kind of camp there and murder and
Commander,
murder.
I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Alright. Adolis is a terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. The surface is covered by wide deserts of silicate and sand. Only few areas of indigenous rock in the highlands break the abrasive dust-choked wind. Congested with debris thrown inward by the gravity of the gas giant due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is incredibly dangerous. I really hope this isn't a, what's it fight? The fights against the fucking Thresher Maws are terrible in Mass Effect 1. Because the controls are so bad, like we saw, like all of a sudden I just stopped moving and couldn't shoot or do anything. This surface would be unlivable if there were that many meters. My god. Okay, distress signal. Debrias and anomaly. Then they tried to bring the Mako back with that stupid attack tank. Yep. This is a fucking fight for the... Yep, it's a trap, and I gotta kill the fucking Leviathan thing. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Get away from that fucking thing. Am I just dead now? I mean, what the... I mean, I guess eventually it's gonna right me here. Good lord, that was lucky. Wow, that was fun. Let's not do that again. Stay far away from the speed bump of destiny. I say as I drive directly towards the speed bump of destiny. Are you serious? Instantly killed me. Some just randomly coming out. The speed bump beats you. But see, that's what I mean, is like, it doesn't come out of the ground where it's supposed to, where the radar shows it coming out of the ground, and then it decides to just come out right under me and kill me instantly. Oh, thank you, Regent. And remember, everybody hydrates when I hydrate. And I really need to find a, if anybody has an idea for a sound for that, I really need to do that. Put it in the Discord. But everybody hydrates in my chat. So everybody take a drink. Stop what you're doing. Take a drink. But yeah, it's I do like the lore of that. Again, they just came out of nowhere. See, now it's gonna not come out of the ground. Now it's gonna come out of the ground and kill him. Serpentine, serpentine. Serpentine, serpentine. Yeah, didn't they do that with, it was kind of like what they did for, like, Sarlacc and stuff like that in Star Wars, which I really like. It's like, oh, there's... I like that spore idea. Yeah, so it's doing it again. It tries to come out too far away from me. And then it's like, oh, gotta kill him. Again, that's discomforting. Oh, well, okay. I'm just too far away from it. She's back! Okay. I love their lore being like plants. They get to other planets because spore clings to ship. Great way to explain their copy paste enemy. Just great, even not completely original. They at least had a logical reason for the where they're everywhere. Yeah.
En route.
Hey, look, bodies.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of spores in Half-Life. They're just like literally mold. They start off as mold. That's how they get everywhere. I mean, it's possible that he did. Sparta. I love that animation. Level 1 pressure hazard. Solargia is a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Well, that's terrible. As the surface temperature mainly composed of alumina and deposits from sulfur, convoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vistals nearby. Extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silica, silica dioxide dust, and respiratory byproducts of the world's higher life forms. That'd be horrifying. So it's just abrasive sand breathing. Good. So if they breathe on you, you fucking die. Hello, Pillow. It's great to see you. How are you doing? We're gonna land on this angry dust planet. We did it 14 700 years ago when he was youngin'. I don't think he's that old. Birthday dinner today. I turn older tomorrow. Well, congratulations, or I'm very sorry. Happy birthday. I bet I'm still older than you. Oh crap! That's fine. Yeah, my brother in Christ, it's the future. How are we not? Oh. There we go, that's one way to get rid of a sniper nest. That's actually the exact way to get rid of a sniper nest. Excellent. So somebody got on fire and went flying. That was a Krogan. Yep, use a tank round against the Krogan. Loving this. Goodbye, sniper. The exact combat doctrine to counter sniper fire. Tank rounds. See if I can draw them in. Bet if I hit that. Nope. Passes through it. Yeah, surprisingly, they're not trying to rush the tank. That makes me a little sad, but we'll reposition. Yeah, just the physics on this damn thing is so weird. Hello. I'm Johnny Cash. It's not a war crime if they can't prove it. I see you over there, you dick. Where's your god now? Oh, that's disorienting. 1 meter. Besides, it's not a 105 round, I'm sure. It's probably like 104 and a half. Specifically designed to be under the new NATO specifications. Happy birthday, you get crappy internet. Pon pon. Cannot exit the Mako unless it's stupid and you're dumb. I love how the meter goes up and I'm slowly being crushed to death. Hello? Oh look, it's laser drills. Now wouldn't that be a great trap? You push the button and the fucking laser drills fire and kills everybody in the room.
Finally, some action.
Hi there, why don't you guys go do something? What are you doing?
Locked and loaded.
Oh, there's the brother. Let's pistol him to death. Haha!
You must die!
You must die. Why aren't you? Thank you. No.
I'll kill you!
That's close quarters combat. Now that's pod racing!
I'll kill you!
Oh wow, they're whacking my ass through the fucking...
Take him down! I'll kill you!
That was just dead. That is not inside the circle. I'm sorry, sir. That is not inside the circle. Why? Oh yeah, grenades, that's right. Wada! Excellent. Well, welcome back.
I'll kill you!
Should have killed you a long time ago, but I waited. What is Tally doing? Where is Tally? Oh, she's just like, fuck this. Fuck this noise. Pew. Pew. Oh yeah, melee is automatic, that's right. I like that. You know what? I'm coming for your ass. I'm less than coming for your ass. You changed the gravitaic constant of the universe to keep me from coming for you. Why did I pull out my sniper rifle? Seems like definitely the wrong button. Getting all sorts of goodies. Give me the goodies. Not reading what any of them are. Just getting them all. Heavy armor? Oh boy. I love having heavy armor. Since I can totally use it. Duration bonus, cooldown bonus, so it's worthless. She can't use any of that armor. And Rex is... Oh, he can use medium armor now. What his default armor is better. Great. Oh yeah, let's give him... I don't want to give him regeneration. I should give myself regeneration. That'd be the smart thing to do. Oh, I have plus 40 shields. I don't want to give that up. Give Tally armor protection, because she kind of needs it. She needs all the help she can get. And more damage per shot, right? Is it more important to do more damage per shot or more shots? I've always been the kind of a both. I should have both. Why can't I have both? That's why in Call of Duty games I always use the like the light machine guns and stuff, because I never wanted to reload. So you're telling me I can put a huge bullet downrange accurately and I don't have to reload? They made their doors way too loud in this game. Decryption skill too low. I hate that. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nasanta Dantius, an important advantage, are sisters. You should find out and LOL yourself. So I just found out that the pirates and the so I don't understand the realization there. I guess I could be a shitty politician and be like, hey, hey, your sister's doing shitty stuff. That means you're doing shitty stuff. Time to go back on the Crush You planet. There is actually a planet. I'm sure I won't find it in this playthrough. But there is a planet where Krogans basically go for, like, dares. And it basically amounts to a toxic atmosphere and a crushing... It's like really... It crushes Krogan. But basically the idea is that if you can run around naked on it without a spacesuit for, like... From, like, one point to the other, you become, like, a god. Not really, but you become, like, you know, the Chuck Norris of Krogan. And it's just insanely funny because you're reading about it and, like, it turns out that there's, like, you find, you know, hundreds or thousands of dead bodies. Krogan crumpled, acid-ridden bodies. Like, you found a Krogan graveyard. If you mean to get the quest from her first, she was wants you to kill her sister so she doesn't get sanctioned and such. Oh, well, that worked out well, right? So it means I have an ethical way to get Krogan bones. Well, not exactly ethical. You, as a human, you wouldn't be able to go outside, but they do it as a dare. But it's just, it was funny to me as world building, because I just come across it, you know, you just click on one of these planets and it's like, oh, by the way, you know, because some of these are, I love how much detail they put into a lot of these. And it's like, the geological properties of Salamis have been scanned for more, but little else is known about it. So some asshole had to sit here and write, thousands of these, maybe not thousands, but dozens, if not hundreds, of these little blurbs for planets. And I just love that amount of detail that some asshole had to sit there and do it. And, obviously that costs money, and they wouldn't, now they just have an AI do it, but I just love the fact that most of these planets have some little blurb. So that means you have an ethical way to get Krogan bones until Thane kills her in 2-ish years. Yeah, what if I hire a Krogan to get the bones? Whoa, there you go, blue planet, watch out. Like the Hanar homeworld, Protheus is more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off the Athens raises global humidity to 100%, so it's like Florida. Creates constant cloud cover, like Florida, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round, like Florida. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, possesses a rare combination of oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere and carbon-based biosphere, nevertheless recommended it for colonization. The pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface, safe from the effects of the weather. Well, that's smart. Oh, free oxygen, alright. Blurbs and decide the math for gravity and how many years. Yeah, so exactly. So, there's just these poor bastards, I'm sure, just had an Excel file where they're like, randomized gravity, all this stuff. So the day is 51, and they did a really cool job of it. Somebody really took pride in this. Scans of the planet reveal abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest. Much of the debris was marked with the Magna Colony insignia. But, they don't do that anymore. Oh, yeah. And boy, would it suck to do it. Because, it'd be fun at first, and then you'd be like, oh my god. Make it stop. Gotta scan the asteroid field. Found something. A metal-rich asteroid. Found some heavy metal. We found some rock and roll bands. Most of the service is not solid enough to support the weight of a landed ship. Approach if necessary, use shuttles, or keep the mass effective envelope up. So you can't land on that planet. Therum is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. Its plentiful heavy metals have fueled a recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich in the fossils of simple silicon base indicate that Therum was much more habitable in the past than it is in the present. Perhaps explain why many Protheans dotting the routes. But yeah, so this place has ruins on it, and it's obviously a planet that was wiped out. No. We can't open boxes if we don't have Tally with us. And Tally's hotter anyway.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange.
This is this one.
It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Where you accidentally bounce into the lava half the time. Because physics, why? Why physics, why? Yeah, I've just driven into that because I thought that was the path more than once. Instant death. And then you can drive off the edge there because you're not paying too close to nothing attention. This planet's more annoying than anything else. Oh yeah, you can thrust in the Legendary Edition, because I remember in the Legendary Edition I just go past all this. Like, they can't keep up. Like, you're already halfway around the corner before they even drop. Died there. Jump over their rockets. The most advanced robots in the galaxy, and they fire in predictable
Only
patterns.
a fool punches a Nathak in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
Or, and I'm just saying or, we could, you know, kill them all. Oh god, physics. I don't know how that worked, but it worked. There's your Get Colossus now. Oh, there he is. They make little noises when they die. Let's be careful as we go in here. Love you, mean it. Sure hope that's the right way. I mean, I guess there are only two directions. It's been so long since the band One Direction came out that it's two directions. Well, that doesn't help much. That doesn't help much at all. I guess we'll drive until we see if we hear them talk to each other again. Whoa! Oh, not great. Yeah, I'm gonna slide right into the lava. For some reason. No, stop! Oh, we saved it! Oh god, we're so close! I mean, non-panic noises. That's what I meant. I'll get Metagel for killing them. You know, a smart man would have saved right after I bonked. Almost drove into the lava twice. But no. Oh, I can't save. Okay. You not save while you're in motion, maybe? Or you're under fire. I'm hoping it's the under fire thing. Of course, it might be, yeah, it's the entire fucking mission. God. So I gotta suck it up and do it all in one go. But yeah, did you see how the physics nearly just bounced me all the way across the road and into the lava just randomly? That's why every time I'm like, oh, you should play Mass Effect. Oh, let's start with the first one? But at least we're going the right way, guys. Krogan are not good with navigation. You just go in a direction to head forward. Headbutt the things in front of you. I like their lens flare. Woo! It's like I'm watching Star Trek. He says they're dead and done, but I have a sneaky suspicion, yeah. They're not quite dead. Excuse me. Coming through. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh, well, thank you so much for the follow.
Obey, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out.
Area secured.
And I don't think that's where I put the notification spot, but okay. Sometimes you just gotta go, okay. Okay, Rex, why aren't you here? Okay, so she's using a shotgun. What happened to Rex? He's stuck behind the car. Come on. And I need to switch her gun. Actually, I need to switch them both to... Especially on this planet, we're gonna be fighting long range. We ain't doing none of that close crap. Liquefy the robot. If only you could run that fast the whole time. Oh yeah, the sniper was not great. Woo! I don't know if she's any good with a sniper rifle, but we're about to find out. Yeah, shooting like one. Because I can't even zoom in with it, so... Yeah, that's how I zoom in on the fucking assault rifle. Because I'm not teaching with it. Tally is dead. I'm okay. Yeah, maybe we give her something other than the sniper rifle, because she's clearly not doing so hot with it. Well, that sniper's gonna cause all sorts of problems. That's a rocket. Yeah, he's way out there. Gonna have to gun it. Gun it! Yep. Just like Jeremy Clarkson said. Power! When in doubt, run at them and headbutt them. That's the rocket. That's fine. No problems here. Close range contact with a rocket launcher. Always what a Krogan loves to see. Wow, I can't heal myself for shit. So it takes 2 minutes for it to recharge, and I heal myself a quarter of my life with a Metagel. That's kind of crap. Oh yeah, this is the first boss. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. It's Dr. Frog. And his companion, Gigantic Colossus, about to beat your ass. Boom, boom, boom. That was so cool back in the day. And also, you pee your pants a little. Really need to get out of the open. Really need to get out of the open. I hate frogs. I don't even know what kind of weapon damage they do, other than the fact that they just beat you to death. I'm not gonna play my game and jump to where I'm looking. Ah! As I looked away, you bastard. Oh, they do. They snipe you. Okay. Thank you, Rex. I'm sure this cardboard box will protect me from you. Yep, whoa. Excuse me. Yep, it's working fine. Guess I'm kind of cheesing it. The other Geth guys are kind of standing there too. But I'm okay with that. Target not acquired. Literally right there. Look at his ass. Why are you just looking pretty? Shoot his ass. They're standing my way, so I can't shoot her. Great. It's got a chain gun that if I just stand there and shoot it, it's gonna eat me alive. Can't believe that worked. Stop it. But we made it, and apparently whatever bug that I had with Tally before is not working now, so that's good. Because before it was very annoying. Anytime you took Tally on a mission, she would just stand there. Like, she would get stuck. Like, she'd get stuck, like, right here. And nothing you could do could unstick her. So she was kind of a waste of slot. And on that playthrough, I was trying to be with her. So I was like, hey, you know, you have to take the person you want to be friends with on missions and stuff. Oh, there are grenades everywhere. Those still go off?
Perimeter secured.
Is it? I'm feeling like it's not. I'm feeling there's very much not security here. But, you know, what do I know? I've only done this before.
It looks like this cavern formed around the ruin, after it was built.
That wasn't what I wanted to do, but okay. I don't know why I pushed F. Talk to me, fellas. Not. Nothing? Not a word, not a peep? Nothing? That's a lost opportunity. One metagel, thanks. game is really going to suck at later levels.
Sterile light. Protheans sure built that homie.
Hiya, fan. Just gonna lean over and kiss Rex, just like, mwah. It's Ken. How are you doing, Ken? It's great to see you. What's for dinner? I had... I don't remember what I had.
Kiss him.
Kiss him. Nox is always right. You must kiss him.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Of course, I did like her enough to call my actual snake, my actual Colombian red-tail boa head Liara, so clearly I like her a little bit. Keep it down. Wait, no, I can't. You can't romance Garrus in the first game, can you? Yeah, I had a real snake. She was 10 feet long, just shy of 10 feet. Because I thought it was the humans or her in the first game. Right? Isn't it her or the humans? I don't even remember anymore. Dr. Tassoni!
Liara Tassoni, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me.
Look at her little freckles.
This thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Or not.
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
Whose side
What?
are you on?
I am not on anybody's side. I may
She's
be
like
the
Tree
business
Bear.
daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
No.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil.
Your mother.
I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
You know that the advanced TTS, the monster TTS, is actually pretty neat. The only downside to use all of it, you basically have to pay them like $20 or $40 a month. Which if you're a big streamer and you're doing this for a living, that's nothing. But it allows you to have all sorts of extra voices and stuff, and it's really cool. I'm glad I got it partially working, but... yeah, if you're not on anyone's side, that means you're not on my side.
You shouldn't have been messing with technology you don't understand.
I wasn't going to let the Geth capture me. Besides, I know how it works. Mostly.
Mostly.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth.
Ooh.
They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Now they're just using raw sex appeal to try and get past it.
I'm right here.
No sense standing around.
Hey look, a giant laser.
Bring it on.
Burn, you bastard. Yeah, using the pistols can get really old in some of these long-range fights I have to do later. I mean, really old.
Dead and done. Just the way I like 'em.
The code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. I have the same combination on my luggage. Uh-oh, Ripley's showing me a picture. Okay, so I'm going to pause. Because she's probably showing me a picture of her... That is not your Quarian. Hot, but not. Because if she showed me a picture of a Quarian, I was going to show you guys a picture of the Quarian. Because I actually got a picture of her Quarian with me, but it was very much not the not something I can show you on Twitch. What? That must have sucked. You have to play fucking... Simon Says to get your laser to work at work. I'm sure it's fine. Just blasting our way into this happy little facility. I'm sure it's okay. Hello? Why wouldn't we get trapped in this too, though?
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
Superior firepower. I think I've actually chosen this option every single time.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense.
You literally watched it happen.
Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Gotcha, bitch!
Right? Well, I guess we're gonna bang the blue alien, because I'm not doing a human.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on!
You mean the elevator I just rode up?
I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Seren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit? But I don't know...
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
Yeah.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Yeah, he's pretty good, as they say. He's pretty hot. You know, he's got it going on.
Joker, get the...
Uh-oh. That's never good.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
Attaboy. That's my boy. If I die in here, I'll kill him. I just love his attitude. Everything's fine. I'm sure we're not losing billions of years of history in here or anything. Look at him walk. Yes. And people online are like, well, your model's head doesn't move when you walk. I'm like, that's how Krogan walk.
Don't. That would be no fun.
Surrender or don't. Kill this bastard.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
Rex is like, I'm all about it.
I like your attitude.
I just need a place to sit. Because these assholes want you to sit there. Where's the Krogan is the very important question I'm about to ask. Where the fuck is the Krogan? I hear him. Where the fuck is the Krogan? He can't already be dead, can he? Oh, there he is. That's not great. Oh, I just got fucking dead. Stop. 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 See, this doesn't make sense to me. I die, my companions are still alive, but the mission's over. I don't like that. That's just weird to me.
I still cannot believe Seren's looking for the con.
We have to hurry. The whole...
At least it saved right there. Yeah, I don't know why the sound alerts are not working so great. I mean, I went on there and made sure they're activated. And the chat right now is actually going through sound alerts. As weird as that sounds. But yeah, I lost track of the Krogan, and that's why I died. And that's how it works in this game. It's basically if you lose track of the Krogan, you fucking die. Hey Corbin, how are you doing? It's great to see you. How was your day?
Brenda, don't. That would be more fun.
Kill this bastard.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
I like your attitude.
Just separate horses. I can't have the sound. I gotta get undercover. And by extension, get them undercover. Let him get close. This is exactly what he wants to do. And he's gonna do right now. See it? What are you doing, you cunts? Do things! Sure, back off. Oh, he just headbutted the fuck. He just killed her. He just fucking killed Tally with a single fucking headbutt. You see that? She just went boom and she fucking died. Why is that so loud? Oh my god. It's like 50% volume, guys. And I'll even turn you down. So That's fine. Magma just killed everything.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
Okay, Chris.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
He's a jerk.
Sometimes Joker's a real ass. Just try to ignore him.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction.
What's a conduit?
That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
50 years?
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child.
Oh no, my
That
chair.
is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
You're wasting your time.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
I've heard them all.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably
Did you have a
little
good day,
behind.
Ken?
It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
How do you know?
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated
Setting up
research.
your partner's alt stream.
But
That
I
sounds
know I'm
kinky.
right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
We're in a hurry.
Get to the point.
The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down.
only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then,
Also,
like
Ken,
all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic
don't
history,
go anywhere for a second after
the
this
Protheans
cutscene.
disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
You need to tell Raskus how to get... He was wanting people to put the fancy stuff on his throne, but he didn't know how to do it, like where to get it from, to put it on his throne. Because I know you got the fancy technological things that we're not allowed to talk about on Twitch. So you'll have to remind me where you had them on your Twitch, how you had them on there, whether you were buying them directly from the Love people or whether it was like through internet, through Amazon or whatever. Shut up and I'll tell you.
You're not much of an expert, Doctor. The answer's been standing in front of you the whole time. The Protheans were wiped out by a race of machines, the Reapers.
They're 50% off now, by the way.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
I saw
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user.
Probably.
Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I like how there's no good option here.
Looks like we wasted our time here.
Wait, Commander. Saren might try another attempt on my life. I'd feel safer if you let me stay on your ship. Besides, my knowledge of the Protheans might prove useful later.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Great, another alien. Welcome aboard.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
That's all for
now.
now.
See the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Why, yes,
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
I know what I'm doing.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
You are free to act as you see fit, Commander. Our role is to offer guidance and advice.
It's up to you if you're smart enough to listen.
Disconnect.
I don't need this.
Communications cut, Commander.
I love how impressed he sounds. Joker's like, oh shit. And as you do it, you continue to fucking... He gets more into the spirit, which is just what's beautiful. But just the sheer amount of crap. Like, I haven't even played you guys' the journals and the codex. And, like, this stuff doesn't have narration. But the other stuff does. Like, the stuff about the alien races.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors. The Geth,
let's get to the
Krogan, evolved in a hostile and vicious environment. Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, eaten by predators was still the #1 cause of Krogan fatalities. Afterwards, it was death by gunshot.
I love that.
When the Solarians discovered them, the Krogan were a brutal, primitive species, struggling to survive a self-inflicted nuclear winter. The Solarians culturally uplifted them, teaching them to use and build modern technology, so they could serve as soldiers in the Rachni War. Liberated from the harsh conditions of their homeworld, the quick-breeding Krogan experienced an unprecedented population explosion. They began to colonize nearby worlds, even though these worlds were already inhabited. The Krogan rebellions lasted nearly a century, only ending when the Turians unleashed the Genophage, a Solarian-developed bioweapon that crushed all Krogan resistance. The Genophage makes only 1 in 1,000 pregnancies viable, and today the Krogan are a slowly dying breed. Understandably, the Krogan harbor a grudge against all other species, especially the Turians.
It's true.
Driven from their home system by the Geth nearly 3 centuries ago, most Quarians now live aboard the Migrant Fleet, a flotilla of 50,000 vessels ranging in size from passenger shuttles to mobile space stations. Home to 17 million Quarians, the flotilla understandably has scarce resources. Because of this, each Quarian must go on a rite of passage known as the Pilgrimage when they come of age. They leave the fleet and only return once they have found something of value they can bring back to their people. Other species tend to look down on the Quarians for creating the Geth, and for the negative impact their fleet has when it enters a system. This has led to many myths and rumors about the Quarians, including the belief that underneath their clothes and breathing masks, they are actually cybernetic creatures, a combination of organic and synthetic parts.
Whoa.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy.
Food time.
They vanished in a swift galactic extinction.
But yeah, just
Only
the sheer amount of these things, you know, they put so much effort into the story. And that's what old BioWare used to do, is they used to make so much beautiful stuff for their games. Just none, I mean, you could play the entire game and not read any of this. The game would make less sense, and I'm not really listening to all of them because I've heard all of them before, and I've practically memorized them, at least before I got sick. But just the sheer amount of stuff, and not only did they realize, man, somebody might not want to sit here and read all this stuff, maybe we should have some narrator guy read all this to them. And it's like, you know, it's great. Just the sheer amount of work they put into the game. And that's why, like, earlier when I played Jade Empire, it was just so beautiful, the early games that they used to make. Gotta talk to the crazy lady. Which is why which is the way, what?
Commander.
What? Which is why the way...
Are you coming to check up on me?
They were rushed in NE3. I was worried.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
I gotta pick nice options because
You're
I want to
in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I.
So am I.
I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
We'll see.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Flirt button.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must get lonely.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Why's that?
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them.
I love how wrong she is about them.
That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
I'm fascinating?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you,
I love her facial
Shepard.
expressions. They put so much work into it.
I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Relax.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess.
By the
How could
goddess.
I be so dense? You must think I am a complete
You don't see
and
many
utter fool.
Asari OCs.
Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run.
The greater good?
At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like about how you have two twats?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
How's that possible?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Who's your daddy? I love how that's like one of the first questions you can ask her.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
You can do that?
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold.
Enough.
I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
You don't know that.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Fancy. Thank you.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
I should have had them say I should go. I'm gonna regret that. I'm gonna regret it. I know what I wanted to do. Dialogue volume at 100%. Everything else can stay quieter, but the dialogue volume is a little quiet. This will probably be too loud. Squad, gotta hit the squad up. Advanced Unity. A 2% discount at stores? Really? Oh, that's one too few. Oh, man. You suck. Yeah, this elevator used to take like 2 or 3 minutes of loading time. Let's talk to Ashley.
Looking for supplies?
You're not Ashley.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Well, I got $15,000 now, so I got a lot of money on that mission. Why would a shotgun that costs $14,000 be worse than the shotgun I have now? What the fuck is that? That's a little dumb.
Commander, how are you?
How are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
I like how it's like, yeah, I don't care. Goodbye. It's like, those are the two options. It's like, such as... Or fuck off. It's like, I'm not what, I don't care. You clearly don't want to talk about it. I don't care.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Why?
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient, he He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Wow. What a douche.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Typical.
Spoken like a true CSEC officer.
Yeah, it's a speech I've heard one too many times. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Like all I'm doing is goading him on.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Giggity. Actually, I'm right behind you. Woo-woo. Hi, Ashley.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Kinda wanna be a douche.
I'm not sure I believe it either. It's better to have her where we can see her.
That makes sense. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
Shut up,
One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
What about?
Is this duty-related, Chief?
No, ma'am. Well, maybe. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but, I'm concerned about the aliens. Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
What do you mean?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You're out of line. And the douchebag is like, yeah, I'm a dancer. I can't do nothing about it. I can't confide them.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
By mistrusting our allies?
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them.
Hey, Cold, how are you doing?
As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Of course they will.
Yeah, the Council's had a grudge against us since the First Contact War.
I don't think it's a grudge. I think it's... Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
I've heard this before. From Hitler.
You sound like one of those Terra Firma party pamphlets, Chief.
Terra Firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals. These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry. I hope my reasons are more rational. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
I mean, I'd keep Rex and Garrus confirmed to the captain's quarters. Woo-woo.
You're lucky. I lost my family on Mindoir. Are you related to anyone I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. I read about Mindoir. The Alliance screwed the pooch on that one. Should have had a bigger garrison. Is that why you're out here? To take the fight to the pirates?
Damn right.
I'm here to put hypervelocity rounds through the heads of bad guys.
Most satisfying part of the job, Commander.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
One rotation, huh?
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Uh-huh. Just shut up. I like how we go from the asshole manipulation to, like, goading her on. It's like, well, you know, I can't exactly put him in jail. To just shut up.
I expect you to keep your family politics to yourself, Chief. This mission will be difficult enough without you picking fights with aliens.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Bye-bye.
Dismissed, Chief.
They're the real racists, not like me.
Ma'am.
I mean, I get where they're coming from. What she's trying to say, it's like it totally plays out in Mass Effect 3. It plays out exactly like that. Like, you go to the Asari for help, and they're like, we can't help you because we have our own problems. And the Turians are like, we can't help you because we have our own problems. So, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, they're all gonna... Even the humans would have did the same exact thing, too. They're like, hey, help us. And everybody else is like, meh, we got our own shit. So, I mean, she's not wrong. But it's just the way that they wrote her is... It's cringe.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
So sexy.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
You what now?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
Keep talking, hotness.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Damn. Damn.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet.
Does he? I didn't know that.
I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
Goodbye. Like, really? They expect people to be like, I don't want to know what happened.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's it?
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Nice.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
All I know, every Krogan is infected. Every one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard. Shepard. I do kind of like that there's some incredibly angry reaction going on right the fuck there, and everybody's just kind of like, it's fine.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Like I need this.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's too quiet to sleep. I can make it louder.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing.
Just wait until the second mission.
Back home,
The second game.
I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Maybe that's the point.
Sounds like the pilgrimage isn't just about finding resources for the fleet. Maybe it's about teaching you to appreciate your people and culture.
You're probably right. We Quarians spend our whole lives traveling, but really we never leave home. The pilgrimage has given me a whole new perspective on our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You're not sticking around, are you?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
I should go.
See you later.
Not much of an engineering staff here, really. But that's okay. The ship nothing ever goes wrong on the Normandy, right? Nothing ever happens. I just can't stand talking to Caden.
Commander, do you have a minute?
For what?
What's on your mind, Lieutenant?
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
What do you want me to do?
We've got our orders. Bellyaching won't change them.
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Old-fashioned view.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
What'd they train you for?
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Ew.
I heard all about that. How companies would arrange accidents to expose people to element 0.
There was never any proof of that. It's not what happened in my case, anyway. My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Goose Chase?
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, They were damn quick on the scene.
Sounds rough. Keep it
Jump
going.
Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I want to know my crew.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
He's so fast on the flirt. My God. He's like, I've said nothing but negative things to him, and then one positive thing. He's like, okay. Sword. I also like how we have 8 sleeper pods. And I'll encourage you to count how many crew members there are. There's a lot. And there's more than 8. I guarantee it. Ooh, the Scimitar 3. I don't know if I'm supposed to Omnigel that crap or if I'm supposed to sell it, but I never remember to sell it when I have the chance. Really? 4 damage? That's pretty crappy. Not the best damage protection. Not the best armor in the world. Hey, I can talk to him now, finally.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
You what now?
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Not just our problem.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
So a massive fleet of space pirates attack a brand new colony of humans. And one Alliance frigate drives
Carry
them
on,
off.
Presley.
That's the
Yes,
stuff I
ma'am.
have problems with. It's like these space pirates should have destroyed everything. But I guess they didn't. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when the space pirates don't kill who you want them to kill? But I think that might be a problem for another day. Might be a problem for another day. So let's see. I'm getting pretty tired, so I think we may call it here for the day. Let's see what's going on. Let's see who's doing what. Hey, look. Miss Jackie is playing Majora's Mask. Who would have guessed? Why don't we go see what Kobold's doing? They are playing Risk of Rain, which I really enjoy that game. I'm just very bad at it. But we will probably continue this tomorrow, about the same time. I appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. If you do want to hang out with me, get updated, all sorts of fun stuff, I do have a Discord. It's not hugely active, but you guys are welcome to join it to get all sorts of wonderful notifications for when I do this craziness. But you kids have a great night, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright. But we haven't seen it yet this loop, so it's still coming.
Yep, it should be like 1 more or 2 more levels out.
New Krogan approaches with 12. Release the Huggernauts.
It was a Mass Effect. How did it go?
So I've got a 20% deletion rate on this.
Zero's concern here is Dreamfall. That was a pretty good one. I don't care who you are.
This build is dumb and working, and I'm a little annoyed. Okay.
Bud. Abandoned aqueduct.
Look, it called them up.
The void has become curious? What does that mean?
That means the fact that the either enemies are here or the one of the 3 portals is goes straight to the void.
Enemies are here.
Ouch. Well.
Did you get void shooted? Jailer?
No, I just died from damage.
Yeah, they scattered a bunch of jelly beans on the floor and like deleted me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's
a lot of my turrets just suddenly vanished. I
There's
guess they got
jailers.
voided.
There's jailers voiding stuff. Voiding warranties left and right.
Still one of the best lines from Evolve. the robot crewmate has a voice line when you're starting missions and everybody's jumping, like skydiving from the dropship. Come, friends,
Yeah.
let us all void some warranties.
This is a dangerous place to be.
No, my Trevor.
Aww. Did someone pet Nettle?
Pretty padded net.
There's
I
already an
padded-
orb around the portal, so I think we're ready to obliterate.
Oh no, I petted net already.
Oh. No! No! Go away now.